risk. Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the August 31st, the magnificent Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. We need not make that one little 2x4 shift. It means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, I've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email. Let those fingers do the walking. Steve at TFNN.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Magnificent Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, I've got a mixed bag out here. You've got the Dow, the S&P, the Russell, the New York Stock Exchange, the trannies are all trading lower, but you've got the NASDAQ, the semis, the Wilshire 5000, NASDAQ Composite as well, all trading to the north. Spot volatility still below. It's tested and rejected. It's 50-day exponential moving average. It's trading right now at 24.48. Gold's up $3. Silver's up 78 cents. Nice move there. Light sweet crude off 14 pennies. Natural gas back 9 cents, about 4%. And the 30-year Treasury is up 28.30 seconds. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you've got Amazon. It's up $78 or 2%. Tesla's up 9% or $38. Chipotle is up $19. Shopify 17. To the downside, it's GMAC or CACC, Credit Acceptance Corp, down $54, 12%. Booking Holdings down 30. Mercado Libre up 24. So there's some big movers and shakers. There's no request yet in the queue. So let's simply go take a look at the general markets, get a feel for what they are or they are not doing. Now, it is the Dow that is the big mover to the downside, so to speak, the Russell too. So let's just begin here. We took a look at this briefly during the 1 p.m. update. We're taking a look at our equity futures contracts. Just simply going to start here because this is where we've got the new information, or we have information. Very right-hand panel, you're going to see a bullish structured daily profile. That means the center line is much closer to the bottom than it is to the top. That level has been tested, the bottom of the box, at 1560. So the Russell's tested support. It's held. You're going to see a series of higher lows and higher highs inside the Russell 2000, the U.S. equity futures contract. So what does that tell us? Well, this is the weak link out here. Weak link as it relates to being able to pull back, get below the bottom of a profile out here. So, and weak because it's well below its highs, which are back in 2018 out here. So that's why we'll call it the weak link. But the weak link right now is looking a little bit strong, not weak. It's really looking more like it wants to go tag. If you can't bust them to the downside, Tom's old expression, now another buck out here, price will try to bust them to the upside. And at this stage here, the Russell's been trying to bust it to the downside here for quite a while. So the Dow equity future contract. Now this profile that's forming here, it's using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool. What does that mean? That means that the actual profile may not form. I won't know till about 6:01 this evening. But right now we go with the information. The information is accurate. We know that buyers and sellers, where they're taking their positions at, where they believe support or resistance is. Resistance 28,643, support 27,948, and price has tested the center of that slightly bearish structured profile out here. Nothing damaged, no damage being done yet inside the ES Mini, and certainly no damage being done inside the NQ. That's up towards its highs. Can these markets crater with the NQ continuing to move higher? It's a question I pose to you. whoever you is. If we do take a look at the NQ out here, where it appears to be targeting, here's what we know about it. Well, one, we know how important the bottom of those profiles are. Here in the NQ, each pullback, this takes us back, I'm just going back here through April, but you can see that each pullback where these red arrows are, where price just pulled back to test the support of those the bottom of those profiles. So that just shows you the importance of the profile we looked at in the Russell 2000. This gives you a competitive edge to understand what the market is doing. It also helps you because it's so important to understand where is support and where is resistance, whether market's making a top, whether it's making a bottom, or you're just simply well beyond those tops and bottoms that is trading in between that, and where is it headed to, and where is support and resistance, where are buyers and sellers. Inside the NQ out here, it appears to be targeting 12,584. 12,584 would be the 200% move of its last set of major swing points, which took us from 97.35 down to 66.16. So the NQ continued to move higher until we see some type of reversal signal. So, for example, let me switch over here to my daily time frame chart, not just my other set of charts out here. So let me take a look at that. Pull this over. We're going to stick with the NQ for the moment. We'll switch back and forth between it and the Dow because of its current signal. So give me a second just to, I don't know why it's taking so long. Here we go. So in the case of the Dow, here's what we know. Well, first we know the price is moving higher. We've got a projected area of 12,854. That's longer term. That's using the weekly time frame. And on the daily time frame, we know that today is going to be bar number 4 of a TD9 count. We also know that price is now moving higher with energy. That's why I refreshed that screen out there. I just want to make sure, yeah, it is. So the potential for a Rhodes momentum indicator signal may be vanishing. We won't know till the end of the day. But if this were the end of the day, that topping pattern will have vanished. And the only topping signal, I suppose, that I could call out here would be the TD9 count pattern. And with it only being day 4, you've got to get you got to get 5 more. You're talking about this. You wouldn't see some kind of a top inside the NQ likely until after the Labor Day holiday. Next Monday is a holiday out there. So today being bar 4, you need 5 more bars out there. That means Tuesday through Thursday of next week, if that were going to be the pattern. First of all, as long as price stays above Stevie's green line at 11,902 out there, there's nothing bearish about the NQ. There's nothing that would be signaling to us about changing its trend out there. If we take a look at the ES mini out here, let's take a look at its daily time frame. Nothing bearish about this. So this wants to continue moving higher. This is 2 days ahead of time, 1 day ahead of time. 1 day ahead of the NQ with regard to its TD9 count out here, and that could form some type of top by the end of the week out there. On the Dow Equity Future Contract, here you can see prices pulling back. You do have you have to get a key reversal session. You got a bearish engulfing. A key reversal says that the prior bars, high and low, were taken out. We can see that's the case. Price needs to close in one tick in the opposite direction. We won't know that till this afternoon, but right now that's what it looks like. And price is just simply pulled back. So you've got a valid topping pattern, but you also have support holding. That's Stevie's green line. Yeah, you're just slightly below that. Well, let's not let that blow our skirt here and out of shape. So yeah, the Dow's got a topping signal out here, but these markets will not head south. Well, until the NASDAQ decides to participate, or we get that spot volatility index above its 50-day exponential moving average. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 206. S&P is just turned slightly positive. NASDAQ up a little over 1%, 126 points. Let's go out to Michigan and speak with Gary. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Hey, Steve. How was your weekend?
Not too bad. Not too shabby. How about yours?
Good. All in all. So,
good.
It's getting cooler here in Michigan. So,
we could use some of that cool weather down here.
Yeah, we don't want too much of your hot weather, at least for me. I was calling again for gold and silver update. I know you're probably going to work towards it, but just want to make sure.
Sure.
It's in the queue, and then I got one outside of the box to look at. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. So right now, if we take a look at gold, we're focused on the December contract. Price is taking on and trying to close above the top of its daily profile. Now that level is 1978.10. We're trading at 1980. So if price does close above 1978.10 today, Gary, that would be, and really a second close would really be the confirmation tomorrow, then that would be the signal that a key level of resistance has failed and that price should continue to move higher. Now, move higher to where? So you've got that 1978.10 level, but we also have Stevie's green line. And let's pull this chart over here. So really it's both. And that's at 1987.60. So we can't really give gold the green light to continue to move topside until price closes above that. So I'd be watching 1987 and change. That number's going to change just slightly. Call it 1988. Otherwise, all this is just a counter trend rally up into resistance. That still is the case. The number on the weekly time frame for folks to be focused on, this would be for the intermediate term change in trend. We're anticipating that is a possibility. The reason we are is because we've got topping signals on the daily and the weekly. Here's a TD9 count pattern. But in order for gold to generate, now gold's given us a topping pattern, but all that sellers have been able to do is push price back to test support, and support is held, and this is the intermediate term time frame. And right now, Gary, that's priced at 1964. So that's what I see there in the daily and weekly time frame. Intraday for folks out here, Let me see. Let me pull over a 30-minute time frame chart to see what we see, any kind of signal information. Really nothing. Price here formed a TD9 count bottom. Price was supposed to then, once it did that, test resistance. That's 1979.40. We're trading 1980, exactly 60 cents above it, so we can see it's in this resistance level. So the 30-minute chart not giving us any more information than price upper resistance, which is in essence what we're looking at on the daily and on the daily time frame, whether it's Stevie's green line or the top of the profile. So what additional questions can I answer for you about gold?
No, I'm just looking at that number. I mean, I lightened the load quite a bit towards the end of last week, especially Friday. And I'm just kind of curious if it's going to hold at that point or break up or head down.
So, Sure. So watch the 1987.50 level, 1988 area, because if there's a close above that, it's going to suggest an additional rally. Doesn't change the potential of a to B equals C or anything, because the next it would sort of suggest to me, Gary, that price would target the 2024 level. 2024 is the high from August the 18th out there, 2024.60. So that would be the next swing point. So that would be the message out here that I see.
Got it. Okay, great.
In the case of silver,
Silver.
In the case of silver, and this is, we've been talking about this in the newsletter here for quite a while, probably a week or so, and that was after the formation of this bullish structured daily profile. And typically, when price closes above the center of a bullish structured profile, buyers are usually able to get price up to the top of that box. That's 29.91. Now, in order for that to happen, we're trading at 28.41 right now. We can also see that price is traded up into Stevie's green line. I mean, it's right here, 28.61. So this is the resistance level for silver. If silver can clear 28, call it 6, I don't know, maybe close at 28.65 or something like that, then that would be signaling that it's going to make a run for 28.75. But right now, price is up at resistance on whether, and that's only using Stevie's oscillator and change line. Closes above that, we'd expect it to fulfill that objective of 29.91. That's what I see there at this stage of the game in silver.
Gotcha. Those are good numbers to look at, and that's what I needed just to kind of keep track of things below.
Okay, perfect. Actually, let me take that back. I gave you one wrong figure. My apology, Gary. I'm sorry. We're really rolling. We're really rolling over into the December contract. I gave you the top of the September profile at 29.91. I want to give you inaccurate information. So 30.19 would be the number if, in fact, silver can close above Stevie's green line. Okay.
Okay, got it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
One silver stock that I'm looking at putting in a new position in is ASM.
ASM.
It's not really silver.
All right. And so you're not in right now, but you're trying to figure out where's the best entry point into it?
Yeah, I've just got a little bit in it. So I'm looking at maybe making it bigger because I've got some cash to work with now. So I'm looking to see when to put it back.
Got it. Okay. So when we take a look at ASM, here's what we know, at least with regard to support and resistance. Price is trading above the top of its daily profile. It's trading at 121. The top of the daily box is 111. It's inside a brand new weekly profile that forms. Support, big box, because support is 96 cents. Resistance is $1.34. You're trading at $1.21. So you're trading up closer towards resistance than certainly support. Out here, and I'd have to say 96 to $1 on a pullback. That would be the place you would be looking to add to your position. We'd have to see what other patterns are going on, obviously, but that's a nice key level of support. I don't know. I don't have an indication yet that that's where price is headed to. I'm just going to give you that's would be the ideal entry or into it, or to be able to add to your position out here. So what else is it that we know about it? I developed this little tool here to help us out. I put it off to the side just when somebody like yourself calls in and or writes in and asks about an instrument. This just lets me know in one fell swoop, are there any Rhodes momentum indicator signals? Well, we can see there's a top on the daily, D for daily, W for weekly, M for monthly out here. Then we can take a look at its TD9 counts. Well, we can see that there's a TD9 count, but it is highlighted, but I don't have a star next to it, so I've got to go investigate that. And on the weekly, we've got a weekly Chapman wave peak F, or basically number 6 out there. We look for wave number 7. So there's potential for some topping signals. So let's go take a look at the charts and see what shows up here for ASM. So let's pull. That is Avino, silver, and gold, folks, that we're taking a look at. So here you can see the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. Now that occurred, or that formed. It's back on August 6th was the high of that pattern. It actually didn't complete until August the 11th, or gave us that confirmation signal. Price right now, this may be forming an A to B equals CD to the downside. This is very much acting like gold and silver. So the equities are showing the same types of patterns, Gary, that we're looking at for the actual precious metal. And I don't know if we'll have an A to B equals CD to the downside, but price is still below Stevie's green line at $1.26. This is then telling us that that dollar level right now is your entry point. And any move below $1, you could see 60 cents on this equity, ASM. Now, Gary, we're about to go to a breakout here, and I don't want to cut you off. So if you hang on through the break and then come back and ask me, and we can take a look at the weekly time frame chart, and then any other questions you have about Vino, silver, and gold mines. ASM is a ticker symbol. All righty?
Awesome. Thanks,
Perfect.
Steve.
You bet. We'll be right back with Gary in Michigan. Currently, we've got the Dow off 213, S&P flat, NASDAQ up 129. We'll be right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Gary. We're taking a look at the Vino Silver and Gold. ASM is a ticker symbol on the daily time frame. There's the possibility that's really forming an A to B equals CD to the downside. We can see two lower lows and two lower highs out here. So that's what I see right now, and I like that dollar area. If price can move down there, that would then be an A to B equals CD to the downside. And if we saw a bullish reversal candle, Gary, that would be the signal that would generate a Gartley buy pattern. So what additional questions do you have about ASM at the moment?
No, that covers that one. I'm just curious, though, too. It seems to me that the historical correlation between gold and silver in an inverse relationship to the dollar going lower seems to be coming back into play more than it obviously was earlier this year. Is that accurate in your mind, or is that do you think there's many more other factors? Or I know obviously there's more factors related to the gold and silver, and I know that there's different factors for each of those two, independent of gold and silver. But your thoughts on that? I'm always curious what you're thinking.
So sure. So it's not my thoughts. I would rather just show you the chart. So I'm just building it right now.
Okay.
And that way, I'm not really giving an opinion other than the opinion of reading the chart. But then I've got the chart out here, and everybody else can do the same thing. And so what I'm trying to do is put up let me just change this to a line chart. It makes it a little bit easier. Give me 1 second just to change the top portion of the chart. So the top portion that we're looking at here, folks, is the continuous contract for gold. It's the only way I'm going to really be able to help Gary answer that question about do we need an inverse relationship between the U.S. dollar index and gold? Is that something that is real out here? So up at the top is gold. Let me more center this a little bit better here than that. And so here we can see that, as an example, gold topped out here in September of 2011, and then it moved lower into November of 2015. And so gold was moving lower. And at that stage here, if we really take a look at the U.S. dollar index kind of bottomed really a couple weeks before, back in April of 2011, and since then has been moving higher. So gold has been moving higher. So that might make somebody say, hey, yeah, that inverse correlation is out there. But if I put that into a different perspective, we take a look at what gold was doing back in August of 2011, and we know we're trading above that right now. And if we take a look at the U.S. dollar index, we can see that it's been rising since then. So, Gary, how would you then interpret that? Because you can get both interpretations here, just in going back and looking at that short time period. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So
so
I believe it's really something other. It's not just using the U.S. dollar index. If it were that easy, it would be simple and it would not be complicated. The issue is really when we take a look at a commodity like gold that's traded around the globe out there, is you have to see how is gold trading in the local currency. Yeah, we can be making all kinds of money in terms of U.S. dollars, but if the guy and gals that are trading gold in yen, euros, and pounds aren't making any money, why would they be buying it? So it has to be going higher in every major currency out there. And that's really one of the ways to take a look at it. With regard to the U.S. dollar index, this had formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. If price today closes below 92.11, we're at 92.09 right now, it would negate that pattern, but it looks like it would be set up to form another Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out here. So many people are saying the dollar is toast or what have you. Yeah, I don't buy into that at all with regard to the patterns that it has formed, and looks like it's still even attempting to form if that next one fails out there. So I think there's more factors than that. And what that does, Gary, is it allows you and I really just to go back to the to interpreting the chart based upon the technical patterns, support, resistance, all those things we looked at, Stevie's green line. So that's what any additional questions that you might have.
No, that's good. Actually, that does a great job because it just shows the complexity of the whole thing, obviously, of trying to figure it out and understand where it's going, which is why I subscribe to your newsletter, and I love it. So
thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's just more to it. There's more to it than just to take a look at gold and priced in dollars out there. And, we just created that chart there. Everybody's got it. You can capture it or what have you. And you tell me how to read it, because you can get both meanings out of it. So, hey, Gary, good to speak to you. Have a great day, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Hey, if I'm not overstaying my welcome, you want to look at one more for me?
I do have another caller on the line.
Okay,
what's the other one? What's the other one that you want?
We'll talk another day on the other one. It's outside of the box on the gold silver. So okay.
Yeah. What's the other instrument you want? And then if I can get to it, I will.
Yeah, it's a stock that I've been around for 11, 12 years, and I love the products, and they changed the marketing. It's called NUS is the symbol. It's New Skin, and I didn't play it when it bottomed, and I knew better, but I'm in it now again. But I'm looking to put a heavier position because I know the new marketing system is just working crazy well.
Okay, we'll try to get to that here before the end of the show. And let's now go out, do better. Let's go out to Ron in Denver. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for taking the call. I'm just here in beautiful Colorado. Good stream fishing.
Oh,
anyway, I was wondering if you look at the TSCO, Tractor Supply, big volume today, and I just wondered if it has any legs, this little breakout.
No, I want to hear about your fishing. Are you fly fishing or?
Well, I do both, and when I take my gal, she just gets in the stream and catches them. We like to eat them, so we'll catch and eat, and with peanut oil.
You got trout? What do you have up there?
Trout. Yeah, a lot of rainbow and a lot of
what a great flavor! What a great flavor fish that is.
Yeah, it's fun in the stream.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, Tractor Supply. So you're asking about, you've got some decent volume in it today. Are you in this equity? You're looking to get in? I apologize.
I'm looking to get in. I just wondered if it have enough legs to get in. Should I?
So today, right now, so on Friday, it closed below the bottom of its daily profile. It had been trading above that. And that daily profile is 148.03, and it's trading at 147.99. So I'd be cautious because a second close below 148.03 says you might be able to buy it between 139 and 141. And I like that 139-ish level, 139.70 to 139.97, somewhere in that range. That's based upon the profile information. Not a guarantee that Tractor Supply will get there, but it adds to your probability if price does close today below that 148.03. I want to open up my other charts, and here we can see Rhodes Momentum Indicator topping patterns. Very much it's the opposite of what we looked at for the U.S. dollar index out here. So this support's pulling back. If price didn't find support at 139.97, then 134.57 would be the number. So the charts now on the daily time frame are confirming you need to be patient and hold off on that. The weekly, actually last week, generated Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Now price has pulled back and it's tested Stevie's green line. So the level to be watching this week, well, I don't see it there. I wonder if I don't think I put it up there, did I? Hey, Ron, can you hold on through this break? We're about to go into a hard break.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
You bet. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at Tractor Supply with Ron in Denver, Colorado. But now I feel like a trout for me. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're on the line with Ron in Denver. We're taking a look at Tractor Supply. TSCO is the ticker symbol. And before we go into that break here, we noticed that on the weekly time frame chart last week was the confirmation of what we refer to as a Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. Now, what price has been able to do, Ron, is push its way back to its oscillator and change line, that green line. As long as price remains above it, and above it is 146.05 right now, and you're trading at 147. The weekly chart remains bullish. So it has both a bearish and a bullish pattern out here. But the structure of the profile, let me come back, make sure it's confirmed. It's I won't really call it, it's sort of a bullish structured profile, but it's not superly bullish structure. That center's not too far away from the actual center. If you were to see price close above the top of that daily profile, 148.03, if for me, I would anticipate that it's going to try to make another run for the 155 level. But if it doesn't do that, then the only confirmation that's going to head to lower ground, to the area that you want to take a look at possibly buying in the 139 level, would be a close below Stevie's green line. So it's going to be that 146.05. It's early in the week. If you're asking me, has a key level of support held? I have to answer yes. That's looking at the weekly. But then we've got a key level of support that's failed on the daily. So what do you do with that, Ron?
What does the big volume today mean? Does it say anything?
Nah, it's 1 million shares. I don't know that it's really gigantically huge volume. I don't see anything of significance at this stage. I'm using more, support and resistance. Has this broken down? Is it not broken down? Where's support at? Where's resistance at?
Okay.
I don't see anything.
Thank you very much. I sure appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Anytime. And now you've got me hungry for a nice rainbow trout. Oh, well. Hey, Ron, good to talk to you. All right, I believe Ron is gone. Okay, let me just take a quick peek here, see if there was any requests that have come in by email. Rachel has written in. Rachel from North Carolina, wondering if you could take a look at DXCM. So let's go take a look at it, DXCM. Let me get that rolling on my other charts. Let's also get it over here on our 3 time frame. Dexcom, I believe, DXCM. Is that what that is? Dexcom Inc. Yeah, and trading right now at 421.46, dealing with its daily profile, the bottom of its daily profile there, Rachel. That's at 420.90. We can see this has really been consolidating sideways. You go on to say I've traded the stock on and off for the past 12 months. Okay, so let me share with you where resistance is at right now. It's at the top of the weekly profile at 424.40. It's back below this area, so it says, okay, maybe some caution is warranted here. Let's look at my other time frame charts for the moment, just see if there's any kind of topping signals, bottoming signals, whatever they might be. Well, first, what did I deleted that chart? Oh, my God. Steve-O, what are you doing out here? All right, so we got to go to game plan B. Luckily, I do have a game plan B. DXCM. It's just going to take a little bit longer to populate because so many more time frames that are out here. But sorry about that, but it's what we got to do. Okay, so now let's go take a look at Dexcom. I'm going to try to come on, open it up here. Okay, not to delete it this time. So here's the daily time frames. So wave number 7, Rhodes momentum indicator top out here. So, Rachel, this is suggesting to us that price could pull back to 328.36, maybe making its way back. You can see the consolidation out here, so too early to call. But closing below the bottom of that profile, having this daily topping signal, it just says be cautious right now. The only way that this is going to say don't be cautious for price to close above Stevie's green line, around, well, let me tell you exactly what that is. I don't want to give you DXCM. That on the daily time frame is 432.16. 432.16 is the number that price would have to get above to suggest that this wants to move higher. That higher, by the way, 441.38. The weekly time frame chart, well, you've got a TD9 count top out here. That took place about 4 or 5 weeks ago. So this is suggesting lower price. This is suggesting pulling back to the 358 to 380 level. 358 is its weekly breakout. 380 is the bottom of its weekly profile. On a monthly time frame here, what do we have? Well, I see wave number 7. That is letter G as one of the patterns out here. And so that, too, is suggesting caution. So what do you do for Dexcom? How do you trade it right now? You've got this daily consolidation. You have a daily topping pattern and a weekly topping pattern. This is just simply Rachel suggesting it wants to go ahead and pull back further. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. We've got a question out here from Michael H. Michael writes in and says VXRT. So let me get that going out here. VXRT. And let's get it going on this chart here, VXRT. And let's read the actual question. That would be helpful. It's today bar 8 of a TD9 count. I'll let you know as soon as this chart here populates. So as soon as that's done. Second question is price below the bottom of the daily TAS profile? There you go. We can answer that one right away. The answer is yes, it's below the bottom of its daily profile. That was 883. It's been below it for about a week plus. Looks like it's targeting the bottom of its weekly profile. That is 528 out there. So that's what we see profile-wise. We take a look at VXRT, which is Vaxart Inc. Let's pull over Stevie's other charts out here, white background charts, the NinjaTrader 8 version. This is the daily. Let's get to the daily. You can see a Rhodes momentum indicator topping pattern. Did form a TD9 count, got a nice little bounce up to resistance, the top of that profile out here in the daily, and then it took off to the downside. Looks like, Michael, today's going to be bar number 8. This is not the low. This isn't taking out Friday's low. But if you do get a lower low tomorrow or Wednesday, possibility of a TD9 count bottom signal. Because there's an A to B equals C to the downside, I'd probably more likely wait for that pattern to complete. But this is something you and I are going to have to probably look at on Wednesday or Thursday to get a decent feel for it. But and this could easily have a little counter trend rally into Stevie's red-green line out there because it did change color 4 or 5 days ago. Typically when that happens, we see a bounce up into it. But if you see another bounce and rejection, as it did back here on August 11th, it's just telling you wants to head to lower ground out there. And by the way, lower ground on a daily basis for VXRT is $2.35. So we've got to come back to this in a couple of days out there, and feel free to write back to me, Mike, and we'll take a look at it. The weekly time frame, we've already covered that. Looks like it's headed back to 528. Hey, below that, you could be looking at 28 cents out there. So always use your stops on these things. And I don't really have anything on the monthly. So I hope that helps you out, Michael. Thanks so much for writing in, and have a great day. Tom S. writes in. He says, hey, Steve, you just discussed gold and silver, but it looks like the dollar is testing its bottom. Any thoughts on the dollar's next move? So let's go take a look at it, the U.S. dollar index. I will pull this chart over here. And give me a second. Actually, I should, well, yeah, I can do this here. GX, pound sign. Okay. And I'm going to pull over my other daily chart. This will give us the bigger picture out here. Well, we've got about a minute. So first, let me take a look at the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame for the U.S. dollar index, we can see that price is pushing lower, doing less relative energy. If, in fact, price closes, the U.S. dollar index closes above 92.11, you are at 92.11 right now. If you close on 92.11, support will have held. But, of course, you want to see price really close above 92.21. That's Stevie's red line out there. But the seventh wave, the Rhodes momentum indicator signal will have still held. If it doesn't, price is moving lower, Tom, and doing it with less relative energy. The next bullish reversal candle would tell you that it's getting ready to try to head higher. What's the euro doing out here? The opposite of that. What kind of patterns do we have in the euro? Not much. Stick with me here for the. We're going to a hard break. We'll come back. We'll continue looking at the U.S. dollar index. For Tom, Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the U.S. dollar index. This is the continuous contract, so we can take a look at the larger time frames, monthly, quarterly, weekly, and so forth. So we know that 92.11 and the U.S. dollar index trading around 92.115 right now is a key level of support. So, Tom, if that level fails, if we see it close below that today, odds favor that price is going to pull back to 91.59. That is the monthly TD9 breakout level. So it's a level of support. Doesn't have to get all the way down there, but watch the 92.11. That's the monthly time frame. The weekly shows us that we've made a slightly lower low. That gives us a TD9 count, confirmed TD9 count pattern. This is going to be on a weekly basis, bar number 9 of a TD9 count. We know that markets can top or bottom on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. So this is suggesting you've got the U.S. dollar. We got the daily bottoming signal that's out there, bottoming pattern. We don't know if it will be breached today or not, but we know it's definitely trying to form a bottom. We know the monthly is near support. It's not that far away. And we know that on the weekly basis, we've got a bottoming signal. So your question was, any thoughts on the dollar's next move? It may be a short intraday move lower, but it's just simply confirming bottoming patterns and signals on the daily and the weekly, and really, quite frankly, the monthly with regard to pulling back to a key level of support. So I hope that helps you out with regard to the U.S. dollar index out there. And let's see, what are we going to look at here that is that's for the rest of the day? What can I leave you with? Well, here's an interesting thing. We've got two interesting patterns out here. The week indice, the Russell 2000, formed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. And if price can take out Stevie's red line, see how this changed from green to red? And as I mentioned to you, when that changes color, we get the phenomena that price and it are going to test each other. Well, that's what's going on right now. And 1568.10 is the current number for that test. If price can close above that, not during this next 30 minutes necessarily, but if price does close above that, it says that the week indice wants to move to higher ground. Now, the interesting thing about that is if you take a look at the 30-minute chart for the NQ, it is in bar number 9 of a TD9 count, saying that a top could form by 2:30 out there. So watch that, because if the well, you know what? I don't have enough time to complete the thought, folks. We're going off the air. Hey, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Terrific Tuesday. Take care, folks.